What's up, dudes? It's your boy Happy Chappy here. Look at on this video, we're going to be building a very simple, very efficient villager crop farm. Now, I've done a couple of little upgrades to this farm to make it as efficient as possible and to, stop the villagers from getting a full inventory. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so this is a very straightforward, pretty simple build. So the items that you're going to need are 10 stained glass, or some sort of builder block anyways, 47 fences, a hopper, 2 chests, 7 slabs, a single rail, a minecart with hopper, a bed, a composter, 3 trapdoors, a water bucket. You need about 100 potatoes with you as well. You're also going to need 2 villagers for this build. Now, if you do want to stack this thing, all you're going to have to do is just double everything up here that you see. Then you're going to need to bring along some extra grass blocks, probably about 100 of those as well. And then if you want to upgrade this like we're going to do later on in the video, what you're going to need to do is bring some dandelions or flowers with you, 2 beehives, and then a bunch of bees. You don't need any name tags for this, but of course, like always, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do for this build is dig out a 2-wide trench like this in the ground. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill both of these holes here with water. You can do 1 if you want to, but you won't get any running water sound if you do it with the 2. Then what you want to do is you want to till out 4 blocks from each water source here. And then connect all these sides up, making yourself a nice little tilled rectangle. Okay, and what you should get when you are done is a nice little 9x10 rectangle like this, and all of the, tilled soil should start to get waterlogged. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come to the center here, and on the top half of this block, over top of the water, what we're going to do is we're going to place down a slab, and then do the same thing for the other hole. Okay, as you can see, the water still remains there, and the blocks remain waterlogged, so you are capable of doing that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place down our bed in the center here on top of those slabs, and then just to get the jump on things, we are going to start to plant our potatoes. Okay, once all your potatoes are planted, this is what everything should look like here. Okay, it's a good thing to do this right away, so that way the crops can start to grow before we get the villager in there. And next what we're going to do is we're going to put our fences around this thing here. Now you do want to leave an opening. Okay, and you want to make sure that that opening is at least 3 blocks wide. Just for now anyway, so that way we can still get in and out and still work on the farm. Okay, so it doesn't really matter where you leave this opening. You can do it on the end over here. You can do it in the corners if you want. You can do it on any side if you would like to, but just got to leave it 3 wide for now. Okay, then what we're going to do is from the center opening here where we left, we're going to come out 1 block and we're just going to dig out 3 wide like this. And this is where we're going to place our chest with our hopper going into it. And then we're going to come to the front here. We're going to place down our trapdoor and close that up. Then grab our rails, put it on top of the hopper there with our minecart on top of it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to remove this rail and take your trapdoor and aim at that trapdoor there and place another one above the minecart like that. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to place a glass block on either side of the minecart there. And we're going to come back 1 more block with them. Then we're going to leave an opening there, place another glass block. Okay, that is what it should look like there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our final trapdoor, and we're going to place it on the top half of that glass block there. And then you want to make sure that you close it down. Then take your remaining glass blocks and build this up 1 more layer, and you should be good. Next, what you want to do is you want to come to the inside here. You want to remove this block, okay, in the opening below the trapdoor, and place down a slab. Okay, when you're done, this is what the farm here should look like. You should have your slab in the bottom of that hole there, so the villager sits a little bit low in the thing when we get him in there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come to the inside here. You're going to place down your composter. And then above the composter, what we're going to do is we're going to put a block down like this. It does have to be, 1 block up and on the lower half. And then we're going to bring that around and back 1 more. And that is your farm. Next, what we want to do is we want to get our villagers in place. Okay, you want to do the first one here in the crop area, so that way he can pick up on the composter and the farmer's trade and start to do his thing. Okay, so as you can see, this villager is in place. and he has taken up on the trade of the farmer. And next what you want to do is you want to get your villager in the hole here. Now you can do this with a simple minecart system, because this is only one block up, so you can't just run your minecart up and in and drop him down. Okay, and once you have your villager in place in the hole here, as you can see, these two will gossip from time to time because they are within range of each other still. And next what you want to do is jump up here, open up this trap door so that way his head is only exposed, and then put your remaining top half slab on top above him to protect him. Okay, when you're all done, this is what the farm should look like here, and you are basically ready to go. Okay, and as you can see, when the crops do grow up, the farmer will start to harvest them and then replant as well. And when he does get enough crops in his hands, or in his inventory anyways, he will start to share them with the villager here, and you will end up with potatoes in your inventory. Now usually this does take a full day-night cycle for it to happen, and he usually does have to farm about half the crop before he will trade off with the other villager. But once he does go to bed and wake up in the morning, the first thing he does is walk over here and try to trade with the guy. And as you can see, just in the first harvest, we got over a stack of potatoes. You can hook this up to some sort of furnace down below if you want to in order to get baked potatoes out of it. But yeah, it's a pretty good farm. Okay, so you can stack this farm like we talked about, or you can tile it back to back and corner to corner if you would like to. All you have to do is just bring in, double the resources that we did talk about. Just place down bottom half slabs, okay, there in the center, so that way you can waterlog the holes. And then all you have to do is just look at the potatoes when you plant them and place your bed down and you're good to go. Okay, now you do get double the results from this, but now what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple upgrade to this farm in order for you to get, nearly twice or 3 times the results out of it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do, so that way the villagers won't escape anyways, is what we're going to do is we're going to put another layer of, fences around this entire thing here. And once you have that done, what you're going to do is you're going to remove the inside layer here. Okay, for me, I have to place down grass blocks underneath it, so that way this guy will not drop down. Okay, so now we'll remove all the inside blocks here, or the inside fences here anyways. Once you have that done, what you're going to do is you're going to replace these beds. Okay, so you're going to take them and you're going to place them over in the corners here like this, and then like that. Okay, and in place of the beds, what you're going to do is you're going to place down your beehives here. Okay, so you can do 2 on top of each other and then another one facing forwards. Then you're going to quickly remove and place your composter down here. Okay, because as you can see, if you don't do it correctly or in the correct order anyways, these guys here will pick up on the trades. I'm going to have to fix that now. Okay, so do the same thing for both sides here. Okay, once you're all done, this is what everything should look like here so far. Next, what you want to do is you want to come to the outside here and just build this up so that way he can't jump on the bed and walk his way out. You should be okay for this bottom one here because I don't think you can squeeze through there, but still, nonetheless, we're going to do it. Okay, then we're going to take our dandelions and we're going to line this whole area here with our flowers. Okay, once you have that done, this is what everything should look like here. And now all you want to do is go and find yourself a beehive and drag 2 bees in here and then start to just breed those bees as much as possible. I believe that if you take a bee from, or bees anyways, from another beehive like this, they will always try to return home. So what you may want to do is just bring them over here, start to breed them up. But yeah, basically you just want to get as many bees in here as possible. Okay, it never hurts to go overboard with the bees, but as you can see, we don't need to build any walls up because the bees that are on the bottom half here, for some reason, can't squeeze out of this hole. Okay, and so for the bees, what ends up happening is once they gather a little bit of pollen from the flowers, they will end up flying over the crops as you just seen there, and they will drop a little bit from their backsides and end up pollinating the crops. Now I did do a test on my other world here, so if we just quickly go to that. Okay, so I am on another world here. As you can see, I do have a stack here, but none of them are, hooked up and connected with each other. But if we compare this one, which has no bees, to this one and this one here, which is overloaded with bees, as you can see, wheat. No, you cannot use wheat, you get nothing from it. Okay, this one with no bees has 1, 2, 3, 4... nearly 5 stacks, okay? But this one with the bees, we have, holy Christ, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 stacks of carrots. And if we look at the potato one, as you can see, I hooked it up to a furnace with a block of coal. We have the same thing, okay? And these guys are still trading here. So, as you can see, pretty sweet little upgrade, you know, that does yield quite a bit more results than what you would typically get with just your, you know, average farm here. See that? Same layout, composter just in a different position. But yeah, and just for reference, I put an entire stack, a block of coal in here, okay? And, you know, so far it looks like we've only used 14, and this is how many stacks of baked potato we got out of it. Okay, but that is it right there, you guys. That is the farm setup. Okay, that is it with the hoppers down the side. I think my previous farm design before, I had 2 minecarts with hopper on top of each other, but it ended up just breaking after a while. And then, you know, just a simple little tweak like this, and you are set. The reason why we set up the trapdoors the way we do, okay, is so that way if the bees ever do fly inside here, they don't have access to the minecart, or they can't get in the minecart anyways, and they also don't get down here near this villager's feet, which distracts them and ends up having the villager look down, which you do not want. And yeah, lowering the villager as well too helps with their inventories not getting too full, and that is basically it. So, you know, as you can see, just in the time for me it took to build this up, and I'm even in creative here, okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stacks of potatoes, and it's only been, ooh, probably about 40 minutes or so. Okay, sweet little treat for you guys. That's what it looks like with the shaders. Okay, I am in Minecraft 15.2 as well too, as you can see. I do have Optifine and everything installed. Okay, that's what the beautiful farm looks like with Silders. Okay, and then here is V+. This is just like a little bit of a stock upgrade, but yeah, looks pretty good. So that's the farms right there, you guys. Thank you again so much for watching my videos, and I'll, you know, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.